Hello, I'm Darren McGee and welcome to my mental health information and awareness channel. Now, today's topic, we're going to continue on talking about the flying monkeys, the agents of the narcissist. Today, we're going to be looking at how the narcissist goes about recruiting these people. How do they get people to collude with them? Okay. Now, if there's anything useful or helpful in this video, please consider subscribing to my channel and please check out my other videos on mental health topics. Okay. So let's begin. So first of all, when I talk about narcissist, I'm referring to someone who is a malignant abuser. And the term flying monkey comes from the Wizard of Oz movie. Those who collude, those agents, those who carry out the narcissist agenda, just like those monkeys carried out the witch's bidding. Now, when these agents are recruited during a relationship, it's a way of triangulating the victim, keeping them in a state of strain, a state of distress, having them constantly doubt themselves. After the relationship has ended, those flying monkeys, those agents, that's a way of the narcissist perpetuating the abuse, keeping it going. Because if you think about it, if the abuser, if the narcissist no longer has any control, you've broken free, if they can't control you anymore, they're going to try to control how others see you and how others treat you. Because remember, in the mind of the narcissist, regardless of what happened, they believe the victim deserved everything that happened and they can accept no responsibility for any of their actions or any of the effect. It's always the victim's fault. The expression I use, these are the type of people that wet the bed and blame the blanket. Nothing is ever their fault or their responsibility. They also believe that they are right, they are righteous, they are entitled, and winning isn't enough. A lot of the time they only feel as if they win by completely destroying their victim. They will destroy their self-worth, their self-esteem, their self-respect. They will destroy if they can, they will destroy their support network, their reputation, and anything else they can ruin, because they live in a make-believe world. They need others to believe in that world too, because this is their world, everyone else is just a part of it. Um, it's like a cult, if you will, and they are the worshipful leader. So they're recruiting others to perpetuate this and to do their work for them. They get to keep their hands clean when others do the dirty work for them. It's like a cabal, if you will. People who believe their version, agents who will act on their behalf, people who subscribe to their version of reality. They may want others to stalk. For example, they may have been blocked on social media, so they want others to keep tabs on their victim. They want people to spread gossip and rumors about the victim. I tend to think that the more people they recruit to their cause, the more flying monkeys they have, the more they believe themselves, the more true it is. The more I say it, the more true it is. And I've heard it said that this is all about discrediting the victim. And yes, in a lot of ways it is, yeah, but I would look at it another way. This is more about discrediting the witness, okay? These are the people who saw them as they really are. And the more they try to discredit that witness, the more people they recruit to their cause, the more triangulated the victim feels, the more mobbed they are. They they start to lack that feeling of validation. People are believing the abuser, and the victim, the witness, the more and more they feel disempowered. So how do they go about recruiting these agents, these flying monkeys? Well, remember, the narcissist, well, depending on how socialized they are, whatever, they are accomplished actors. So how they recruit depends on who they want to recruit, as well as what role they want them to play. So let's look at the different ways in which they recruit these people who will collude with them. So first of all, one of the tactics they use is subtlety. Okay, they recruit through, say, contacting family members, friends, work colleagues. They may even threaten the victim. I'm gonna tell people what you're really like or whatever. In other words, what they're saying is, I'm going to tell people a version of you that paints me in a kinder light and makes you look like the villain. But when they're employing subtlety, they will act innocently. They may contact a friend, hi, do you remember me? I'm such and such, whatever. Can we be friends? Hey, you're into tennis, you're into golf, you're whatever. I'm into that as well. Do you fancy playing a match? Do you fancy playing a game? Or, you do a particular job, you have a particular role. I'm looking a bit of work done. I was wondering if you, whatever. What they're trying to do is get a foot in the door. And this works on different levels because in one way, they're showing the victim that I'm still here. I haven't went away. It also works in another way where what they're beginning to do is to erode that person's social support network. And they may even contact friends, family members, whatever, saying how worried they are about the victim. They really care, you see, they're wonderful people, They're worried that they've heard you started drinking again, or, they're worried that they heard you've had to start taking medication or whatever. They may even be fearful. I'm terrified of that person. I'm worried in case they try and hurt me. I'm terrified in case they're spreading rumors about me. What a horrible person I am. The truth is, they were the one that was horrible. I even had to get a non molestation order against that person just to stay safe. They gaslight, they tell the most incredible lies that they believe themselves. They gaslight in order to recruit. They lie, they embellish the truth. This furthers the smear campaign against the victim. And in that relationship, while that relationship was still going on, the victim may have found themselves isolated, cut off from others. This is a way of further isolating them after the relationship has ended. Next up is the willing recruit. To be honest, there's no recruitment there needed really. These are people who are just as malignant. They enjoy the gossip, they love the distress, they love the drama, they get a kick, they get an energy out of it. Did you see that person flounder? Did you see the state of her? Did you see the state of him? As they were trying to explain themselves. Did you see them walking around in circles in their own head? They are loving that, and the abuser plays on that energy. They keep giving them the energy. They give them more ammunition. They're actually, if you will, they're making arrows and giving them to those people to shoot at the victim. Then there's the naive. They recruit the naive by giving only, again, another performance. They give misinformation, they give embellished truth, they give lies, they give a particular version. Again, we talk about reactive abuse. I've done a video on reactive abuse if you want to have a look at it. They focus, they point out the reaction of the victim to show how crazy, how dangerous, how unbalanced they are. But they never ever pay any attention whatsoever to what they did to cause it. The naive person may also be recruited in a way to try to win the victim back. Have you not seen how pained they are? Do you not see how struggling they are? Could you not give them another chance? How can you say they're a monster? I saw them playing with a kitten. That shows how really lovely they are. They're worried about you. They just want to help you. Then lastly, there is the unwilling flying monkey, the unwilling recruit. They're not so much recruited, they're more like drafted. Okay, and when they collude, they may be doing it out of fear. It's better to be on the wrong side than on the wrong end of this. The abuser uses that control to, they use that fear to manipulate. Give me what I want or you're next. Or they use that unwilling person's guilt and shame. Give me what I want, do what I say. I'll die if you don't. Look at how they're hurting me. If you don't help me, you're every bit as bad. So regardless of how they recruit these flying monkeys, they're all used in different ways. They're used to stalk, they're used to torment, they're used to discredit on the abuser's behalf. That's all they're for. Once they've outlived their usefulness, they are discarded just like everything and everyone else. And if the flying monkey gets caught out, whatever, the abuser had nothing to do with it. It's all them. Remember, taking no responsibility. Your general narcissist will throw a stone and say it wasn't me that hurt you, it was a stone. It had nothing to do with me. Now, the last thing to think about, and it's probably quite unpalatable, but ask yourself the question. I've had to ask myself this many times. Many times have I been recruited as a flying monkey and I didn't even know it? Because if you think about it, if you've been in a relationship, or you are in a relationship with someone who is malignant and toxic, when you met them, look at the stories they used to tell about their ex. Or everything that was wrong with the ex, the disgraceful way the ex behaved, or whatever. If you ever met or ever get to meet that ex, you already have an image in your head. You already have a presupposition. You already have a belief about what that person's like. And the more they talk about, say their ex or whatever, whenever they start to behave disgracefully, it's like, the flying monkey, if you're in that role, you've been programmed to forgive them. Well, look at the way they were treated. Look at everything they had to go through. Look at the way that other person behaved. Is it any wonder they're like this? I must be patient, I must be kind, I must be forgiving. Now the truth is, if I, anyone else has been recruited, remember, we may have been the naive. And I say these things because we haven't actually done anything wrong. We have been led to believe certain things. So that is how the narcissist goes about recruiting people to their cause, to be agents for them, to collude with them. Okay, next video we're going to look at how you handle the flying monkeys.